Hello everyone, and thanks for joining. So that was McCoy Tyner's intro on the Wayne Shorter track, JUJU, which is an example of whole tone harmony, and that's going to be the subject of today's lesson. We're going to be looking at the construction of the whole tone scale, as well as some chords that the scale fits with, and some ideas for improvising with the scale. Whole tone harmony was a distinctive sound of the late Romantic composer Debussy, who's often described as the first Impressionist composer. It was also widely used by jazz composer and pianist Thelonious Monk, who's well known for his unusual style. It's also quite commonly used in film and television soundtracks, often to convey a dreamlike quality or sense of madness or delirium. So let's have a look at how to build a whole tone scale, which is thankfully very straightforward. As the name implies, it's built from notes that are all a tone apart. Now, because of the symmetry of this scale, if you begin a whole tone scale on any of those notes, you end up with the same 6 notes. So there are actually only 2 whole tone scales, one starting on C and one starting on C sharp. So next up, we're going to look at the type of chords that the whole tone scale fits with. The first type is a dominant 7th with a sharp 11. Here's a C7 sharp 11 played in root position. An example of this chord is the second chord in the tune Take the A Train. So this is a D7 with a sharp 11. And here's a way you can play this chord as a two-handed voicing and as a left-handed rootless voicing. So let's have a listen to how the whole tone scale sounds over this chord. The other type of chord this scale works with is a dominant 7 with a sharp 5. So here's a C7 sharp 5 played in root position. An example of this chord can be found in the second half of STELLA by STARLIGHT. So this is a G7 with a sharp 5. And here's a couple of ways I can voice this chord. And again as a left-handed rootless voicing. So to start practicing using this scale on jazz standards, start experimenting with whole tone improvisation when you encounter these two chords. You can also add sharp 11s or sharp 5ths to most dominant 7th chords to alter the texture. Practice adding these alterations to 2/5 sequences and improvising using Dorian on the 2 and whole tone on the 5. A nice exercise for this is to pick 2, 3 or 4 note patterns and move them up or down the scale, or alternate going in different directions. Another idea to try is playing different augmented triads in the right hand over a static, rootless left hand voicing. You can also practice using the whole tone scale as a fill during ballads. So that concludes this introduction to whole tone scales and harmony. I hope you guys found it useful and have fun practicing these ideas. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon.